Let's begin today's stretch. Taking an inhale, reaching up overhead, lengthening up through the arms, lifting up through the chest. Holding for a few breaths. On the following out breath, bring the arms down to the side, bring the chin to the chest, curling through the neck into the upper back, through the mid back, into the lower back, into an easy forward bend. Not too deep at this stage. Take a very gentle rock forward and back, transferring the weight between the balls of the feet and the heels. Take a slight bend of the knees next as we roll up bone by bone through the spine to an overhead reach. Breathing in, stretching the arms up, bringing the arms a touch further back, lifting up once again through the chest. Taking an exhalation as we bring the arms down once again, chin to the chest, rolling bone by bone down through the spine into forward bend. Slight bend of the knees once again as we slowly roll up from standing. Inhale, reach. Exhale as we bring the arms down. This time coming up to a flat back, bringing the hands to the shins, pushing the tailbone back, pushing the chest forwards. Feel length through the back, feel support through the lower spine. Bringing the palms to the floor next, extend the feet behind into a high plank. Next, begin to circle gently in one direction. Switch sides. Try to explore through the wrists where we hold tightness. Bringing the knees to the floor next, press the hips back towards the heels. A few moments here to breathe into the back, expanding through the side of the ribs. Downward facing dog next, curl the toes under, lift through the knees, extend through the back, pressing the hips high. Walking the feet in from standing, rolling up through the bones of the back. Inhale as we reach the arms up high. Exhale, bringing the arms down, forward bend. Into half lift, lengthening into the spine. Hands to the floor, extend the feet behind into high plank, this time from the knees or the toes. Soften into the elbows. Hover for a moment at the bottom. Relax the ribs, hips, point the toes, lift the chin, lift the chest into upward facing dog. Take a slight bend to the elbows next as we curl the toes under, lifting up through the hips, pressing into the hands, into downward facing dog. Walk the feet in to lift the hips a little higher. Into a low lunge next. Bring the right foot towards the outside of the right hand. Step the left foot further behind. Take a gentle rock forwards and back. Bring the right hand up overhead, reaching. Expand through the ribs, opening up through the chest, reaching high. Turning the upper arm as we bring the forearm into the lower back, creating a little bit of pressure to pull the right shoulder further round. Reaching up, back down towards the floor next. Into high plank. Switching sides. Left foot to the inside, outside of the left hand. Take a gentle rock forward and back. Turn and reach through the left arm. Widening through the shoulders. Turning through the upper arm. Bring the forearm into the lower back. Pulling the shoulder round. Unwinding back through high plank. Softening into the knees. Hips to the heels, release. Okay, through downward facing dog once again. Pressing the hips high, walking the feet in. Opening up through the shoulders, lengthening through the neck. From here, three-legged dog, bring the right foot up towards the ceiling. On an out breath, try to round through the back and bring the right knee up towards the forehead. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl tuck. Switching sides, left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, tuck, round, lift. Inhale. Last time. From downward facing dog, walk the feet in, roll up through the back. From standing, feet together, knees together, fingertips together, position the thumbs into the bottom of the chest. Push the hips back as we bend into the knees, keeping the spine long, twist to one side. Through the center, cross to the other side. From here, bringing the fingertips to the floor with the knees bent. If flexibility allows, bring the palms flat to the floor. Holding the stretch here, left to right, pulse through the back of the knees. Try to feel the back of the hips lifting higher. Chin to the chest slightly, relax through the neck. Next, bending the knees, coming up onto the balls of the feet, into a tuck position at the bottom, ball to mountain. Take an in-breath as we reach up overhead. Exhale, coming down to a tuck, ball at the bottom. Inhale, reach. Lift, expand, extend. Breathing in fully. Exhaling fully. Last time as we hold at the top next, side bend. Interlace the fingers, point the index fingers to the ceiling, bring the heels together, toes turn out slightly. Breathe into one side, pull the upper arms back, exhale to the center, lengthening, inhale to the other side. Reach. Press the heels deep into the floor. Find length. Through the center, bring the toes together, forward bend. Half lift, flat back. Press the hips back, push the chest forwards. Palms to the floor, extend the feet behind, high plank, chaturanga, slow hover. Elbows tuck into the side. Once again, from the knees to simplify. Drop to the hips, to the ribs. Lift through the chin, through the chest, into upward facing dog. Softening into the elbows, tuck the toes under, into downward facing dog. Walk the feet in slightly once again. Find height, length, extension in the back. Into a low lunge, right foot comes forward, coming up onto the fingertips, lengthen through the spine, lift through the chest, taking the weight from the fingers, rising up into warrior one. Try to straighten out through the back leg, lift through the back knee, sink into the front leg, easing down from low lunge, step back. Switching sides, left foot comes forward, come up onto the finger ends once again, transferring the weight from the fingertips into both feet, rise, lengthen, warrior one. Lifting up through the front of the body, extending down into the back of the body, easing the arms down, from high plank, step it in. Roll it up, lift through the chest, concave, lengthen upwards. Inhale, reach the arms high. Coming down into ball. Rising up through mountain on the in-breath. Last time, holding at the top. Warrior 3 next. Take the right foot behind. Begin to lean forward, lengthen through the back leg till the toe slides back, becomes weightless. Reaching, Warrior 3. Reach up, feet together. Down as we exhale into ball. Inhale, reach, mountain. Last time, moving on, hold at the top. Left foot extends behind. Ease forward, counterbalance as the weight eases from the back leg. Reaching forwards into Warrior 3. Lift, lengthen, rise, bring the arms down, forward bend, hold at the bottom. A gentle sway. Side to side, relaxing the arms. Through the centre next, half lift, flat back. Palms to the floor. Extend the feet, high plank. Chaturanga, bend the elbows, slowly pushing forward, hovering. Release at the bottom, point the toes, lift the chin, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Try to roll the shoulders back, push the armpits down, lengthen through the front of the neck. Curling the toes under, as we soften through the elbows, pull through the chest ribs, rise it up, step it in, to downward facing dog. Bring the right foot forwards to the outside of the right hand, as we come through high lunge, transferring next into Warrior 2. As we come up, try to bring the back heel round onto the inner edge, onto the flat of the front foot. Try to sink further as we push the front knee forwards. Try to keep the arms level, keep the shoulders square with the hips. Bringing the back of the front hand down into the inside of the front foot as we straighten out through the front leg. The upper body tilts forwards, widening through the arms. Rising through Warrior 2 into Reverse Warrior. Bring the back hand behind to the lower back. Turn, lift through the front arm. Lifting out of the waist. Through Warrior 2. Coming round onto the ball of the back foot as we bring the finger ends down, transferring through low lunge into high plank. Taking a short break as we drop to the knees, easing the hips back, decompressing into the lower back. Downward facing dog once again. Let's try to find a little more height through the hips. Let's try to find more lift through the knees, more tuck through the front of the hips. Low lunge with the left foot. Coming up onto the fingertips, transferring into Warrior 2. Come round onto the heel of the back foot, turn from the upper thigh. Push the front knee open. Shoulders level, hips square. Going down to the inside of the front foot, extend through the front leg, upper body follows, widen through the arms, remain long, lifted, as we transfer through Warrior 2 into Reverse Warrior. Lift through the shoulder, lift through the ribs, extend out of the waist. Try to keep this back leg long, extended. Through Warrior 2. Bringing the arms down as we transfer through low lunge. Step back through high plank. Step it in. Through ball, roll it up into overhead reach. Hold for a few breaths. Bringing the arms down next, stepping the feet wide, toes facing forwards. Try to keep the lift through the kneecaps. Remaining firm through the inner thighs. Folding over the hips into forward bend. Bringing the palms down, try to walk the hands in. Try to feel the hips pushing further back. Intensifying the stretch through the inner thighs and hamstrings. If the ability allows, let the forearms and elbows come down. If the knees buckle, reverse back up into a higher, more manageable position. Coming into a low crouch next. Take the hands forward slightly, step the feet in. Find the position that allows us to bring the heels to the floor. Perhaps turning the toes out slightly. Take a few shuffles, explore where we feel comfort, ease of balance. If we find that the heels don't touch down, then bring the finger ends or the palms forward as an alternative. Otherwise, bring the back of the arms into the inner thighs, resist the palms together as we intensify the stretch a touch further. One at a time, bring the hands behind, lowering the hips down, extend the feet out, pushing the back of the knees into the floor, into a straddle. Next, bring the finger ends together, position the thumbs into the bottom of the chest. As we breathe in, think of spiraling upwards as we twist to one side. Exhale to the center, hold. Inhale to the other side. Exhale to the center. Inhale, expanding to the ribs, lift, spiraling up to the center. Last time. Moving on next, bring one hand behind. We reach the opposite arm as far over towards the opposite foot as comfort allows. Through the center, across to the other side. Try not to collapse into it. Try to think of lifting. Imagine a large ball that we're lifting up and over. Through the center next. Walk the hands forward, soften into the elbows. Pull through the chest as we breathe out. Breathe in as we lift the chest, push forward. Exhale, concave the chest, pull the ribs in, round up. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, tuck, round, lift. Inhale, push forward. Up. Lift. Last time. As we ease back next, bend into the knees. Bring the heels a touch further in. Turn both knees across to one side, having 90 degrees bend in the knees. Okay, what becomes the front knee? Bring the hands forwards. Extend what becomes the back leg behind. Take a slight turn through the upper body. Coming forwards down into pigeon stretch. Rise, lift, bring the back leg in, turn, cross to the other side. Same again, bring the hands to the forward leg, extend behind, lift through the chest into pigeon. Rising up, through the center, bring the feet together, butterfly stretch. Rounding forwards. Rise up, hands to the ankles, resist the elbows against the inner thighs. Seated, forward bend, extend the feet, lift on the in-breath. Imagine a large ball as we exhale forwards. Round in, inhale, lift, exhale, through the ribs. Inhale, lift, exhale, inhale. Rise, exhale, last time. Okay, from here, stepping the feet in, rising up to stand. Right, last sequence. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Exhale into forward bend. Into half lift. Lengthening into the back. Bringing the palms down into high plank. Softening into the elbows, pushing forward through chaturanga. Hold at the bottom for a few moments. Soften into the ribs, point the toes, lift the chin, lift the chest. Into downward facing dog, soften the elbows, curl the toes under. Lift through the hips, extend through the legs, walk the feet in slightly. Bringing the knees to the floor next. Put a small space between the knees. Taking one hand to the ankle. From there, bring the opposite arm round, up, through the center, switch to the other side. Turn, lift, push the hips forward, lift the chest upwards. Through the hips, lift. Breathe in fully. Exhale. Last time. Okay, from here, bring the knees together. Let the hips move back. Either back to what we've just previously done, or this time, if the ability allows, bring both hands behind, push the shoulders down, widen through the chest, push the ribs forwards, begin to extend through the hips. Maintaining lift, breathing. Let the hips ease down, let the chest concave. Bring the hands forward, lift the knees, walk the feet in, roll it in, rise it up. From the top here, reach the arms up. Finally into forward bend. Holding here. Try to relax into the chest bone, relax into the ribs. Let the weight of the head move down, let the crown of the head pull down. Let the shoulders release. Soften into the knees, slowly roll it up, shake it out at the top, and finish.